Do you know someone who has spent years battling bad habits only to find themselves back at square one? Many people spend their lives wrestling with addictions and unhealthy behaviors, from overeating and procrastination to substance abuse. They make promises to themselves, try diets, and embark on ambitious fitness plans, but soon the weight of life's stresses pulls them back into old patterns. Perhaps you've lived this story too. But what if I told you there's a powerful method rooted in ancient Japanese wisdom that can help you break free from these habits? A method that isn't about drastic changes or extreme willpower, but rather about the simplicity of tiny, consistent steps that create lasting transformation. Today, we will explore the philosophies of Ikigai, finding your purpose, Kaizen, continuous improvement, Hara Hachi Bu, moderation, Wabi-Sabi, embracing imperfection, and Gambaru, perseverance. Together, they create a holistic approach to personal change that builds a foundation for a better life. But before we get into it, hit that subscribe button to make sure you catch all our useful developmental skills and lifestyle improvements. And like this video so others can find it too. So now, let's meet our main character, Emma. Chapter 1. The Breaking Point. Emma was 35 years old, carrying the weight of both her physical body and the emotional challenges that came with it. As a single mom, she juggled raising her two children, Lila, who was 8, and James, who was 5, with a demanding job in marketing. Often, the pressures of family and work spiraled into emotional eating, where she relied on sugary snacks and fast food for comfort. Each morning, Emma woke up with good intentions. She swore that today would be different. Today, she would cook a healthy breakfast, hit the gym, and have her kids help prepare fresh lunches. Yet by midday, with work piling up and the kids crying for attention, her resolve withered. Emma frequently pulled into the local drive-thru, opting for quick convenience over her carefully crafted plans. It was a cycle of self-sabotage that left her feeling defeated and disappointed. How could I allow this to happen again? She often thought as she sank into bed each night. One evening, after another long day, she plopped down on the couch, the weight of her choices heavy on her heart. Gazing at her reflection in the nearby mirror, despair washed over her. The vibrant woman who smiled back at her in photos was gone, replaced by someone who struggled to find joy or happiness. That was when she realized she had lost not just her health, but a piece of herself. The thought struck like lightning. It was time to reclaim her life. Chapter 2. An Unexpected Introduction. Feeling hopeless, Emma reached out to an old friend, Tiffany, who had recently transformed her life. Tiffany's weight loss journey had been inspiring. She was radiant and full of energy. Eager for guidance, Emma asked for advice, and Tiffany invited her to a wellness workshop featuring Dr. Sakura Tanaka, a holistic coach specializing in Japanese philosophies of health and personal growth. Skeptical but hopeful, Emma arrived at the workshop. The room was filled with individuals seeking similarities in transformation, and the tranquil atmosphere soothed her nerves. Soon, Dr. Tanaka stood before them, exuding calm. Welcome, everyone. Today, we'll discuss how small changes can lead to significant transformations in your life. As Emma listened, she felt drawn to Dr. Tanaka's approachable demeanor. The evening began with participants sharing their personal struggles. Emma spoke openly about her battles with food, explaining how stress always thwarted her intentions to eat well. Dr. Tanaka nodded sympathetically, then said something that resonated with Emma. Understand this. True change arises not from a thirst for immediate results, but from a desire to grow gradually. This is the philosophy of Kaizen, continuous improvement through microscopic changes. It's about taking small steps consistently rather than aiming for perfection. Emma's heart raced. For the first time, the concept of transformation felt exciting rather than overwhelming. Dr. Tanaka's voice filled the room with inspiration, and Emma committed in her heart to exploring these ideas further. Chapter 3. Chaotic Beginnings. Inspired yet nervous, Emma returned home, ready to implement Dr. Tanaka's teachings. He asked her to begin with drinking a glass of water each morning right after waking up, a small act she knew she could commit to. At first, it felt oddly trivial, but a sense of accomplishment began to build within her, illuminating the path to change. Days turned into weeks, and while the water habit lacked immediate physical transformation, Emma noticed subtle shifts within herself. Her cravings transformed. Instead of reaching for sugary snacks, she craved hydration and started noticing her feelings of thirst. The following week, he asked her to add another small change, halving her typical portions at lunch. For years, she had overfilled her plate, equating larger servings with comfort. Now, she took a deep breath and served herself half, whispering a little mantra. This is not deprivation. This is control. The first few days of adjusting felt uncomfortable. Each time she sat to eat, her instincts screamed for more. But with determination, Emma fought against the noise in her head, focusing on the feeling of empowerment that accompanied her new habit. Gradually, she began to appreciate her meals more and felt satisfied, even with smaller portions. Chapter 4. Learning to Balance. Encouraged by her progress, Emma decided to incorporate movement into her routine. Again, inspired by Dr. Tanaka's idea of incremental steps. Each morning, after drinking her glass of water, she committed to a brief walk around her neighborhood. At first, the thought of walking for just 5 minutes felt timid. A part of her wanted to jump straight into a full gym routine. However, Dr. Tanaka's encouraging voice echoed in her mind, reminding her that small actions built habits. The first day Emma stepped outside, she felt a rush of vitality with each step she took. As the days passed, Emma felt an incredible sense of joy with this small act. Walking became not just a physical activity, but a meditative ritual. She walked at dawn, watching the sunrise paint the sky, finding serenity and clarity before the day began. One afternoon while walking, she spotted Lila riding her bike nearby, skills blossoming in full view. Lila rode up beside her, a beaming smile illuminating her face. "Can I join you, Mommy?" she asked excitedly. Emma's heart swelled with pride. "Of course, sweetheart." Together they walked and talked. The conversations flowed effortlessly, and Lila shared stories from school. For the first time in a long while, Emma felt connected to her daughter, engaged in every word Lila said. Chapter 5. The Unexpected Setback. Emma was making progress and feeling proud about it. However, everything wasn't smooth sailing. A month into her journey, Emma faced a setback, an unexpected stress wave at work. Deadlines piled up, and anxiety overwhelmed her. Late nights in the office led back to emotional eating, and she found herself grazing on chips and candy as comfort. That Saturday evening, the internal struggle intensified. As her kids tucked in for the night, Emma sank deeply into personal despair. She stared blankly at the TV, guilt rose within her. How could I let myself slip back? She pondered, feeling both defeated and frustrated. The next morning, she awoke heavily burdened and avoided the glass of water she had promised herself. Instead, she sat in despair, drowning in regrets. It was in that moment that Dr. Tanaka's words interjected her thoughts firmly. You will fail, but it's in those failures that you determine if you have truly changed. These words echoed inside Emma's mind, prompting a wave of reflection. She questioned whether her small victories defined her more than her setbacks. With newfound resolve, Emma picked up her phone and texted Dr. Tanaka. She opened up about her struggles, confessing to relapsing into old habits and feeling lost. Almost immediately, she received a supportive response. "Meet me at the park this afternoon. Let's talk." Arriving at the park, Emma felt a mix of anxiety and relief. As she settled on a bench, Dr. Tanaka approached with a warm, reassuring smile. "So, tell me what happened," he invited gently. Emma poured out her conflicting emotions, expressed her doubts about her journey, and shared her first relapse. Dr. Tanaka listened intently, nodding along. "Emma, the experiences you had are part of the learning process," he said kindly. "It's vital to understand the Wabi-Sabi philosophy, the beauty of imperfection. Life isn't about being perfect, but about embracing every part, including the struggles and setbacks. Each time you stumble, you learn valuable lessons." The weight of his wisdom washed over her, transforming her perspective. "So you overate one day. So what?" Dr. Tanaka continued. "One imperfect day doesn't erase the commitment you've made over the past weeks. Simple, you just get back on track tomorrow." Emma felt inspired. She realized that she was allowed to be human, to falter, but to also learn from it. That night, she committed herself to drink her water again and take a short walk the next morning. Chapter 6. Finding Your Ikigai. Back home, Emma took a deep breath as she reflected on her conversation with Dr. Tanaka. It led her to the realization of her deeper motivations, the Ikigai principle of finding purpose. Why was she embarking on this journey? As thoughts swirled in her mind, ideas began to bubble up. "It's not just about losing weight," she thought. "It's about being there for my kids, watching them blossom. It's about feeling proud of who I am and being the best version of myself." With renewed clarity, Emma took a moment to write down her hopes and aspirations. She envisioned the memories she hoped to create. Watching Lila learn to ride her bike without training wheels, cheering for James at soccer games, and having family dinners filled with laughter. Each time she felt the urge to fall back into old habits, she decided to remind herself of her why. Determined to reinforce her new habits, Emma committed to the continued practice of small changes. She would wake up, hydrate, and stretch before her day began. Chapter 7. The Ripple Effect. As Emma incorporated her children into her transformation journey, the positive effect rippled throughout the family. She encouraged Lila and James to join her on evening walks or help her prepare healthy meals. To her delight, they eagerly embraced their new routine, deepening their family bonds with every small step they took together. "Mom, can we add more veggies tonight?" Lila suggested with hopeful enthusiasm one evening while chopping bell peppers. Emma beamed at her daughter. "Absolutely, sweetie. Let's make a colorful salad." The joy they shared in the kitchen was palpable, showcasing a new dynamic that transcended just food cultivation. It became an opportunity for growth and connection. Every day brought new victories, big and small. Emma noticed changes in her energy level and confidence. She was more engaged as a mother, bearing witness to more smiles, laughter, and conversations. The bond was blossoming. Chapter 8. A New Challenge. Months passed, and Emma had shed a significant amount of weight. Friends noticed her transformation and praised her dedication. Yet even with successes, there remained an underlying fear of reverting back to old habits. One day, an invitation to a company retreat arrived, promising elaborate culinary indulgences, a potential trigger for her old patterns. Anxiety tried to creep in, but she took a moment to reflect on Dr. Tanaka's teachings. "Will I allow this one event to dictate my progress?" she questioned herself. Feeling empowered, Emma committed to enjoying the retreat without losing sight of the principles she had embraced. During the event, surrounded by tempting dishes, Emma consciously limited her portions to half, savoring each bite. She focused on enjoying the flavors rather than mindlessly indulging. To her surprise, she felt satisfied and liberated, not enslaved by guilt, but empowered by choice. Chapter 9. Embracing Change. As Emma continued her journey, she reflected on Dr. Tanaka's question about change and identity. She no longer identified solely as a woman fighting her weight. Instead, she embraced being a mom who prioritizes health. Redefining herself became inherently tied to the growth she experienced. With every passing day, Emma nurtured her new habits. She kept in mind the Kaizen philosophy, continuously striving for improvement without harsh self-judgment. Eventually, her story began to inspire others. Before long, she received invitations to lead workshops at local community centers, seeking to share her experience and the incredible transformations she had achieved. Standing in front of the groups, she felt honored to talk about resilience, self-love, and the Japanese philosophies that assisted her. Remember, she would say to her audience, transformation isn't about rapid results. It's a continuous journey, one small step at a time. Chapter 10. A Legacy of Change. As of today, Emma stands at a different point in her life. She gazes in the mirror, no longer weighed down by insecurities. The woman smiling back at her is full of vitality. Her children now understand the importance of balance, learning how to eat mindfully and engage in physical activity. They regularly accompany Emma on runs, play soccer together, and explore new healthy recipes. One sunny afternoon, Emma and Lila sat together on the porch, sipping their water. "Mom, I'm proud of you," Lila said. "You taught me that change is possible and that it's what we do every day that counts." Emma felt grateful. "And you've shown me that sharing this journey makes it even more worthwhile." Conclusion. Emma's journey serves as a powerful reminder that the road to breaking bad habits is not about drastic overhauls, but rather about small, consistent changes leading to lasting transformation. Through Japanese philosophies like Ikigai, Kaizen, Hara Hachi Bu, Wabi-Sabi, and Gambaru, she empowered herself to reclaim her life. As you reflect on your own challenges and seek change, remember the power of simplicity. What is one small thing you can commit to today? Whether it's drinking a glass of water, taking a brief walk, or embracing a new mindset, every step matters. Change is within your reach. Embrace it and let it transform you. Thank you for joining Emma on her journey. Now it's time to start your own. What's the smallest change you're willing to make today? If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I create content aimed at helping you think better, feel more confident, and tackle life's challenges. Also, give this video a thumbs up to help others discover these valuable insights. Lastly, drop a comment below sharing which simple change you plan to implement first. I read every comment and love hearing about your progress. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. Step by step as you continue on your journey of transformation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.